Cause I'm icy, wifey, haters wanna fight me. Never been the one get RP up on a whitey. Keep my hands clean, got some hitters moving shicey. Ask me if I'm rolling with some Gucci, bitch, I might be. It's very unlikely, my wrist ain't looking icy. Charging by the minute, cause my time is very pricey. Yeah, I be where the boss be, judging for.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I hope y'all can hear me because I got the fan like right here in front of me because it's like real hot and all of that. I'm trying to make sure my camera is right. I just really wanted to sit in front of the camera and talk because sometimes I feel like I keep so much stuff built in that when it's actually time for me to express myself, I be having like such a hard time trying to express myself. So I feel like I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna talk. I've done this before on other situations, and I don't know, I feel like once I sit and I talk and I like hear myself, it's like me venting, but like me being able to do it and let the world see, because I'm not the only one who go through stuff like this, and maybe I can help myself out and also help somebody else out on a way of trying to help myself out. The fact that my dad, whoever he want to call himself, was like never really in my life, okay? From jump, he really wasn't in my life. Like, the first time I found out that he wasn't even there when I was born was a couple years ago. And I happened to be at the library and something just came across my head like, look this nigga up. And once I looked him up, because at the time he was in jail, so once I looked him up and I seen like the date that he ended up going in jail was like before I was born. Like the date and the release date was like he was released after I was born, but he went in before I was born. Yes. And I'm like this man wasn't even there for my mom, like during my birth or whatever. All through my life, honestly, my dad has not been there at all. I really have a problem with why a lot of men or a lot of parents feel like when you get older and you grown, because I'm grown now, you feel like I'm just supposed to sweep my feelings under the rug. You think I'm just supposed to not have feelings, and you think I'm just supposed to let everything go, and you think I'm just supposed to not dwell on the past and just make it seem like everything is okay. And I feel like a lot of parents, a lot of absent parents, leave it on the children, because regardless of how old we get, you are still the parents. You still helped create us, so therefore you are still the parent. I feel like a lot of them really want us as we get older to let the past go, and a lot of us, it's not easy for a lot of us to let the pain go, because it's something that you just keep bottled in and you hide it away. Like with me, I kept it bottled in. If I did not mention, which I don't think I did, Mahlani and Mahliyah sitting right here, so you're gonna hear them talking and you're gonna hear their phones and all of that. They got their own room, but they want to be in a room with mommy. Like with me, it's hard for me to pretend and act like everything is okay. Like my whole life, my mom has said if I chose to talk to my dad, that's what I chose to do. She never bashed him, she never down talked him, but if I asked her questions about anything, she definitely would tell the truth. She wouldn't sugarcoat anything. I love what she did, that she never bashed him, and she kind of left it on me. Like, if you choose to talk to him, that's what you choose to do. Don't expect something from someone who can't give you what you're looking for. Me being 24 years old, I feel like this man can still not give me what I'm looking for. And it's really frustrating to me, because I don't like me having children now. I cannot imagine my life of me not being in my kids' life and me just disappearing and not being there for them and not wondering how they doing and not wondering how they growing up and not wondering who's in their life and not wondering what's going. I cannot picture myself ever doing that. And it's not okay for me to just make it seem like it's all right because I'm grown, I'm all right, because like it's not. I watched this man be with women all my life, be with women and help them take care of their children, and hello, here I am, your birth child. You feel me? Here I am. I'm over here You feel me? A couple years ago, back in 2016, when I had Mahlani and Mahliyah, and they were about 6 months, 8 months or whatever. I think it's probably November around the time. I don't remember how we got in contact with each other, but I know that phone call, I was outraged. It was like I was nervous, I was mad, I was furious. It wasn't even like I was just, it wasn't like I was happy at all. Because it wasn't like, oh, I'm so happy to be able to talk to him. No, this is my chance to say what I gotta say to you because you've missed out on my life and I'm angry about it. I'm angry. You wasn't there for me when I felt like you should be there for me. I watched you do for other people's kids. I watched you do for certain kids. And it's like, hello, I'm here. The crazy thing about it is, like a week before or a couple days before I ended up even speaking to him, my mom ended up telling me that my dad had told her that he knew he didn't have to take care of me because he knew the woman that she is, I would always be good. Me having that phone conversation with that man, he said the same thing. I knew I didn't have to take care of you because I knew the woman that your mom was, who would always be good. And I felt like I had to take care of my other children because their moms wasn't in their life and didn't do what they needed to be done or whatever. And I needed to pay attention to them. That replays in my head so much because it also goes to how selfish can you be. Because it doesn't matter how many kids you have. It don't matter if I had a fantastic mom and my mom was rich right now. What even would make you think that your child wouldn't need you in their life? What would make you think that? Like, I don't understand. And in that phone conversation, I was going off. I was so angry. I wanted to say everything that I was waiting to say for so long. I used to make rap songs and lyrics and stuff about him not being in my life, about him saying that he was going to do certain stuff for me and he did not do. And that phone conversation was the time for me to let it out. Okay? One thing that he loves to do is to try to flip it and make it seem like nobody cares about what's going on in his life. I don't want to say I don't care, but to a certain extent, I don't. Because how can I care about what's going on in your life as if I'm your parent? I'm not your parent. You're supposed to be my parent. You're supposed to care about what's going on in my life. If you don't care what's going on in my life and you don't care to even try to speak to me, and now your grandchildren, why would I care about what's going on in your life? What would be a reason for me to want to care about what goes on in your life? Also, in that phone conversation in 2019, I did. And I can't stress this enough because even to this day, I would say to someone, if you're not going to be consistent in my children's lives, do not enter their life. Do not come into my children's life and treat them how I was treated. Because I feel like I was treated like I was nothing. I was treated like a back burner child. Like, you can ask family, like, your family members probably don't know who I am. They're probably like, you got a daughter? Like, I've seen him post photos of me on social media, and if I could find the photos, I would put photos in, and people would be like, who's that? Like, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Because your family members don't know me. It's not my mom's fault. It's not my fault because I was a child. You expect for me to be a child and continue to reach out to you. How does that work out? How does that work out? Because I didn't tell you to do any of the mistakes you chose to do in your lifetime. Because none of the things that you were doing that got you put where you got put benefited towards me. They didn't benefit me because you never took care of me. You were never there for me. So your choices got you put there for what you did. That was your choices. It benefited yourself or whoever it benefited, because it didn't benefit me. To this day, it still stands. If you're not going to be consistent in my children's life, I would rather you go your own way and you go live your life and keep living your life the way you live your life. Because my daughters are at the age where they know who people is, and they know people's faces, and they know the name that you tell them, and they don't forget. So I would hate for my daughters to have the heartbreak that I had of knowing your face and knowing your name and then won't be able to talk to you. How am I going to be able to explain to my 3-year-olds that they can't talk to you because of you not really caring? You see what I'm saying? You're not really caring. And I don't feel like I should have to force that. I shouldn't have to force you to want to be in your grandchildren's life. I shouldn't have to force it, because then it's not natural. Then it's fake love. And then now I'm feeling like you showing my kids fake love, and that's what I asked you not to do. But in reality, I didn't try to force it on you, so now you feel like you have to give them fake love. It really blows me, because I don't expect for anybody to do for my kids, because hello, this is what I'm here for. All I want for people to do is to be in my kids' life and give them that love and affection that they deserve. And if you cannot do that, I would rather you beat it. Okay, like, I don't want to hear what you going through and what's going on in your life and what you've been going through, because at the end of the day, you don't know what goes on in my daughter's lives. You don't know what goes on in my life. And I'm sick of acting like everything could be brushed under the rug and everything is okay. And because I'm grown now and I'm not a child and I got my own kids, it's supposed to be all right. It's not all right. It's not all right at all, because I see a lot of girls that go through the same thing, and they go through the same thing with their fathers, and then their fathers want them to pretend that everything is okay. Or a lot of dudes go through the same things with their fathers, and they want them to pretend like everything is okay. In reality, it's not okay. It's not okay. A lot of people love to say you don't got respect, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Respect is earned, not given. Respect will get you a long way. It'll get you a long way. But if you ever felt like I didn't have respect, maybe you should have been in my life to give me the respect, to teach me the respect. And then on top of that, you have never done anything for me to even respect you. You know what respect is? It's creating a child and taking care of the child and acting like a grown man. That's respect. Not creating a child and leaving a child with the woman all of the child life, and then popping up and doing a couple of things and acting like you father of the year, but yet you're a horrible father. You're a terrible father, but you're a great stepdad. A lot of things people love to say, oh, you're disrespectful. A lot of people hate to hear you say your truth. A lot of people hate to see you say your truth. A lot of people hate for you to say how you feel, because when you finally get that voice and say how you feel, a lot of people feel like it's disrespectful. But it's not disrespectful to say how you feel. And if I come at you and I'm saying how I feel and you feel like, oh, I'm disrespecting you, that's because you're mad that I'm not sugarcoating it. You mad because I'm not telling you what you want to hear and I'm not just babying it. And I feel like I shouldn't have to baby a grown man and sugarcoat and tell you, oh, I just really want you to be in my daughter's life. No, it's like, it's frustrating. I shouldn't have to sugarcoat anything to you to make you understand that hurt that I have because you won't do what you're supposed to do. My mom has said for almost 3 years of my daughter's life, you cannot want this dude to do for your daughters or be there for your daughters and he wasn't there for you. And that's nothing but facts. And that's one thing that I want to tell people. I want people to realize, I want women to realize, I want males to realize that have children and they trying to reach out to these, whatever parent it is. I want you to realize that if that parent could not be there for you, you cannot expect for that parent to be there for your child. I ran across a Mimi, and the Mimi said that when a parent messes up with you, the grandchild is like a redemption. So you messed up with me, my child should be redemption. It should be, okay, I wasn't there for you, but I'm going to show you that I could be there for them. That's all I have wanted. You wasn't there for me, but just show me that you are grown enough to be there for my children. You are grown enough to be a grandfather. I'm not asking for your money. I'm not asking for much. Spend time with them. Ask how they doing. Like, if you don't want to talk to me because you feel like it's not working, text. A lot of my family members feel like they can post my daughters and claim my daughters, but don't see my daughters, don't ask about my daughters, don't talk to my daughters. Why should I have to reach out to you for you to ask how are they doing? When do you think you're going to be able to know how they're doing if it comes to just talking to them because they're 3? So when do you think you're going to figure out what's going on in their life? A lot of people don't want you to say your truth. A lot of people don't want you to say your piece. A lot of people don't want you to speak your mind. And when you speak your mind, they take it as you being disrespectful. But it's like, at a certain point, you got to sit and think to yourself, I'm grown. Okay? The same way you want me to be grown and dust everything off under the rug and act like everything is okay, I'm going to be grown and say what I got to say. And if you don't like it, then that's your problem. But I still feel like I should say what I have to say. There's no way that someone should walk around so angry sometimes and just walk around with just so much oomph in them. Anytime I see that he is doing something that he never did with me, that I never had the chance to do with him, and my daughters may not ever have the chance to do, it inflames me. It makes me upset, because how do you want to live your life knowing you have grandkids, but you don't talk to them and you don't see them? And it's not that hard. It's not that hard to get in touch with me. See, this is the thing. What this man loves to do is watch me. He's a social media watcher. You love to watch my Snapchats. You love to, peek on my Facebook. So I had to block you. I had to delete you and block you off social media. You're not going to sit in the background and watch my daughters grow up. If you can't be in their life and be consistent to actually know what's going on in their life and actually, conversate with them and interact with them, you would have no parts. That's like me being in my apartment and you looking through my blinds and watching my kids. Like, why are you peeking in the back scenes watching them grow up? Why? If you don't want to be in their life and you don't want to do what you're supposed to do as a man or as a supposed to be man, you're not going to watch in the backgrounds and just watch them grow up. You're not going to watch them live their life and go on as nothing happened. And I can't really be too upset. That's why I keep trying to psych myself into saying, I can't be upset because he wasn't there for me. I can't be upset because he didn't do this for me. I can't be upset because this is how it always is. He's always been with women and helped them take care of their kids. He's a great stepdad. I can't be mad. But I expect for him to see my kids and ask about my kids when he never did that for me. He never talked to my mom and asked my mom how I was doing. If anything, he's asking my mom, can he see her and ask her how she's doing? So how can I be mad? But then it plays in the side of my head, I can be mad because this is supposed to be a grown man. This is supposed to be someone who is supposed to be there for me. This is supposed to be someone who my kids is supposed to know. They're supposed to know who you are. They're not supposed to go on and live their life and not know who you are. This is my thing. I don't want an apology. Because apologies to me is just something that you say that you smoothed over to smooth over what you did. Anybody could say I'm sorry. Being sorry and saying you're sorry is two different things. Okay? I'm 24. I have 2 daughters. I have a son. At this point, being sorry is unacceptable. Being sorry just proves that you're selfish, okay? Anytime you cannot take the time to listen to the pain that you caused, you don't want to hear the pain that you caused. You don't want to accept the pain that you caused. You just want everything to make it seem like rainbows and lilies and unicorns. You don't want me to speak my truth and speak how I feel. Because you feel like me saying how I feel is disrespectful. Which I ain't even come at you like how I could have came at you. I can come at you and I can cuss you out and I can go off because you've never did what you were supposed to do for me. This ain't even a half of why I should even be upset. You feel me? I have so much to be upset about. And the most thing I'm upset about is the way that you are not showing that you care for my daughters. I've tried to leave out my anger and leave out my problems and leave out the stuff that I have a problem with you with, and put that all aside to just let you try to be in their life. But once you show me that me letting you in their life was a mistake, it's a dub. There's no way you could be in my son's life. There's no way I would ever invite you to another event. There's no way I would ever invite you to another birthday party. I would ever speak your name to them. And it's sad that I had to grow up without a dad, and my daughters are going to have to grow up without a grandfather. But that's something that I just need to accept. When I was, when they was born, a conversation that I had with Lee and Lonnie's father was, or their dad, was I always wanted to give my daughter something that I didn't have. One of the things that I didn't have was my dad, and I wanted to get him that. And I'm not able to do that at this moment, and who knows, one day he might come around and actually be the man he's supposed to be. But he's just like the one that calls himself my dad. They so much alike, and they love to blame everyone for their faults. There's no way you should be upset with me for what you did. There's no way you should even speak my name and talk about child support, because if you were in my life and doing what you were supposed to do, you wouldn't even probably been on child support. I'm 24. They're finally getting something from you. Out of 24 years, they're finally trying to get a little pinch of $1.68 from you. Congratulations. Congratulations, because you finally kept a steady job for them to be able to take something out of your checks. But if you're doing what you're supposed to do 24 years ago, 23 years ago, 22 years ago, 21, like if you were doing what you had to do, all of this could have been avoided. I don't even know the half of how I feel, because how I really feel is I can't even say I'm hurt anymore, because that's a selfish person. There's no way you can say anything else about it besides you're selfish. I can't say I'm hurt. I'm still frustrated. I'm still angry. I'm still like, how can you not care about your child? And then even if you're like, okay, well, you're grown. Okay, well, next subject. So how can you not care about your grandchild? It's kind of funny that you can claim someone else's kids, and you can do activities with someone else's kids, and you know, you can be there for their children, and you can, you know, go to daddy daughter dance with them, and you can do activities with them. Name one time that I have been able to do an activity with you. We went to the movies one time in my life together. Oh, and also that was with someone else and her children. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna talk to Mahlani and Mahliyah. We're gonna watch SpongeBob. This just been on my mind all day. It's been on my mind really heavy. So I decided to turn my camera on and talk about it. Honestly, I don't care how nobody feels. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care how nobody feels. I don't care if they feel like I shouldn't talk about this, because this is my life. I'm 24 years old. Nobody has taken care of me but my mom. And a lot of people don't like for you to speak the truth. We're going to keep it a buck. A lot of people want you to feel like nothing ever happens and everything is just peaches and cream. And it's not. It's not peaches and cream. I don't have beef with anybody but him. You are who I have beef with. You are who I have a problem with. and you don't understand my problems, you don't understand my issues, and you probably never will, because that's the selfish wannabe man inside of you. You will never understand the pain that you cause me, and the pain that I have within me from you not being there. And what do you want? You think because I'm grown it gets easier? No, it gets harder, because now I'm basically rewatching you do the same thing to me again, and you're doing this to my children. I'm just gonna choose to remove people out of my life. You gotta get removed out of my life. You gotta get blocked. You gotta get deleted, and we gotta go back to not ever speaking. And you continue to live your life like you've been living your life, like I'm non-existent, and I will continue to live my life. But anyway, y'all, I'm off of this thing. I'm gonna go spend time with my girls. I will see y'all in my next video. I love y'all so much. Y'all give me feedback below. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Am I crazy? Do y'all go through things like this with a parent? How do y'all get through it? Let me know down there.